I will talk about, like right now, just while I was explaining to you and I was asking you, did you understand? You said, got it. So, or when you said, you sounded little confused when I explained you. So, this tone of your voice, when you were agreeing with me, but the tone of your voice reflected that you don't comply with me, you don't agree with me, right? So this is what is non-verbal, which is unsaid. Number of times, haven't you noticed, like you ask for permission to go somewhere, at times from your parents, sometimes your parents say yes, you may go. So you can sense excitement. At times you hear, yes, you may go, right? So what you see, there is sternness. And at the same time, when you combine what the words are the same, but there is a difference in the tone of their saying. In the first tone, you can sense excitement. They are happily agreeing with your idea. And in the second situation, they are a bit stern, as if they have given in to your idea. They do not agree, but they have given in to what you want. So, in both the permissions, couldn't you send there is difference in tone? That is non-verbal of voice. Is it clear,
Yes, ma'am.
students? Is it clear what I mean? Uh, जो क्लैश होता है वर्बल एंड नॉन वर्बल का, उससे अगर आप ध्यान नहीं देंगे कि नॉन वर्बल पे ध्यान नहीं देंगे, और नॉन वर्बल क्या है? आपकी वॉइस की क्वालिटी, आपके फेस का एक्सप्रेशन, आपकी आंखों का एक्सप्रेशन, आपकी ओवरऑल बॉडी का एक्सप्रेशन, अगर आप उन सब चीजों में ध्यान नहीं देंगे और जो सिर्फ कहा जा रहा है उस पे ध्यान दे रहे हैं, then you are not a effective communicator. You are ineffective in your communication skills. Students, there have been situations, you are like, for example, आपने अपने किसी एक फ्रेंड को देखा बहुत, और उसने आपसे, वो जो फ्रेंड था जिसको आपने देखा, उसने आपसे कुछ लोन लिया हुआ था, कुछ मनी. तो on seeing him, you thought of talking to him and asking to get your money back, right? And आपने उसको वेव किया, आपने उसको बुलाया, ठीक है, और उसने क्या किया? अगर उसको आपका लोन नहीं देना है, he doesn't want to, what he does, there is a situation कि वो आपसे आए और हड़बड़ी में मिलके चला जाए, या आपको इग्नोर करके चला जाए, then you feel yes कि he is not interested in meeting you now. And what is being said non-verbally, उसने आपसे क्या कह दिया? That he doesn't want to return your money. He doesn't have money right now to give you back. Therefore, he met you in a hurried manner, or he ignored you. Right? So, this is what is this is what I want to explain through this slide, that an effective communicator, जो एक effective communicator होता है, उसको हमेशा verbal ही नहीं, non-verbal भी observe करके communication करना चाहिए. अगर वो ऐसा नहीं करता है तो वो awkward situations में आ जाता है। और एक उसकी जो कम्युनिकेशन कॉम्पिटेंस है वो थोड़ा सा और पॉलिश होने को मांगती है. So ignoring non-verbal cues or misinterpreting them can result in message being completely misunderstood. For example, in a small speech, a peer employee conveys a message that he is very delighted on the promotion of his um, friend. However, the expression on his face shows just the opposite of what he is saying. एक एग्जाम्पल है कि समझ गए होंगे आप. और कई बार होता है स्टूडेंट्स की हम लोग किसी के घर में एज गेस्ट्स होते हैं और हमको कोई स्वीट्स ऑफर करी जा रही होती हैं. तो अक्सर देखा गया है कि जो हमारी नेक है उसमें हम नॉड कर रहे होते हैं. वी आर नॉडिंग यस, और मुंह से हम कह रहे होते हैं नो, और या तो हम नो कह रहे होते हैं और हमारा हैंड स्वीट के लिए आगे बढ़ गया होता है. सो दिस इज क्लैश ऑफ वर्बल एंड नॉन वर्बल. Now, ways to resolve the stark difference between verbal and non-verbal aspect of his communication leaves his listener feel confused and puzzled. Your non-verbal cues should consistently match with your verbal message, adding to the effectiveness and enhancing your image as a competent and interesting communicator. So, how you will become a competent communicator? Only when you pay attention to the verbal, what is said, and also to the non-verbal, what is unsaid. तो आप इफेक्टिव कम्युनिकेटर कैसे बनते हैं? जब आप ध्यान देते हैं वर्बल में एज वेल एज जो कहा जा रहा है, एज वेल एज नॉन वर्बल जो नहीं कहा जा रहा लेकिन फेशियल एक्सप्रेशन से, बॉडी लैंग्वेज से, टोन ऑफ द वॉइस से कहा जाता है. इतना क्लियर हो गया? इज इट ओके? नाउ इमोशनल आउटबर्स्ट. ये टर्म इटसेल्फ एक्सप्लेनेटरी है. आप ही की क्लास में मुझसे पूछा गया था एंगर में कम्युनिकेट करना चाहिए, तो उसका आंसर ये था कि एंगर इज अ इमोशन विच इज अ अनकंट्रोल्ड फीलिंग. Under the influence of anger, a speaker may utter harsh, rude, or inappropriate words. So, it is suggested that when one cools down, calms down, and his emotions maintain balance, then the speaker should get into the process of communication. यही बात इसमें कही जा रही है कि इमोशंस चाहे आपके पॉजिटिव हो, नेगेटिव हो, हैप्पी हो, सैड हो, इमोशंस आर इमोशंस. दे आर अनकंट्रोल्ड फीलिंग्स. Under that influence, if you communicate, you may not be so impressive. You may be unimpressive. So it is better to gain composure and then get into the process of communication. ये आप लोग अपने उसमें स्लाइड्स या भेजी हुई हैं, पढ़ लीजिएगा. एनी डाउट तो पूछिए. Ways to resolve: choose the proper time, choose the right kind of environment. Right? Now, next, communication selectivity of filtering. Now, this is also very easy to understand. Communication selectivity or communication filtering. When listener or reader, let's first talk when listener does not listen completely or listen to the parts that interest him, and after that stops listening, in that situation, the communication may get distorted. Similarly, a reader who doesn't read completely from top to bottom, or who uh, reads bits and pieces, may distort the process of communication. Since the speaker or the reader have read only a part of the entire message, they have incomplete knowledge. They have knowledge of what interests them. They have read only what interests them, or they have knowledge of what they have read. In both the situations, that sort of a reader or a listener may distort the communication. ये समझ में आ गया? रीडर या लिसनर उतनी ही बात को सुने जो उसको पसंद आए, या जो जितनी उसने सुननी है। दोनों ही कंडीशंस में, चाहे वो लिसनर हो, रीडर हो, वो कम्युनिकेशन को डिस्टॉर्ट कर सकता है। ठीक है, नेक्स्ट। कल्चरल वेरिएशंस, ये हम लोग ने पहले भी डिस्कस कर चुके हैं, फिर से करते हैं कि कल्चरल डिफरेंसेस से बैरियर अराइज होते हैं, एंड वी शुड keep in mind those differences, and हमें उन differences को respect देनी चाहिए। अगर हम ऐसा करेंगे, we will become an effective communicator. All right, now students, here I'm reminded of, always I'm reminded of this movie PK, in which when PK was looking for God, he also learned that he also learned how the meaning, how the different colors were attached with different meanings in different religions. When PK was looking for God, in that process, he learns that common colors like black, white have different meanings in different religions. For example, in that movie, it was shown that black color, when is worn, in that movie, it was shown that white color, when it is worn by people who practice Christianity, for them, the dress in white color is a color of celebration, whereas the same color dress, if is worn by a woman who practices Hinduism, it means sadness, it means loss. Similarly, so So from this example, what I want to convey that in different cultures, the the things or the ways may differ in their meanings. Different cultures have different ways, they have different methods, they have different beliefs, they have different traditions, they have different ethics. And one cannot be substituted for other. All these differences make one religion. So each religion or each entity should be respected for what they are. Right? Got it? In professional world, we should respect those differences so that we can work as a united team. Okay? Next, poor listening skills. It is a very common sort of problem when people, when in a group or when two or more than two people are having are communicating face to face or on phone, if they are not listening properly, it may disrupt the cycle of communication. Uh, Now, students, here I'll give you an example. There was a professor working in a lab. He asked his assistant to get 10 frogs tomorrow for an experiment. The assistant was surprised on listening to what his professor asked. Nonetheless, he goes to the market, buys 10 frogs, and returns. Next day, when the professor asks him to get him his or her 10 frogs, and the assistant brings, he gets shocked. Why does he get shocked? Because those were not frogs.
Frogs.
Those were not frogs. Those were frogs. Now here I will write the difference. What did he get? And today on WhatsApp, I got one of the message I would like to share with you people. But let me write in the chat box why the professor was shocked. Because he had got 10 frogs. Frocks, not 10 frogs. He got 10 tiny dresses, not the frogs animal for the professor. So it is in this sort of situation when the assistant was puzzled, he should have sought for clarification. उसको क्या करना चाहिए था? Clarification. कि आप what the professor is asking, because it is not his job. His job doesn't permits him to ask an assistant to get frocks, dresses. Rather, frogs is very natural. It's very obvious, right? So instead of seeking clarification, he does wrong shopping, he gets the wrong stuff, and it is disruption in the smooth flow of communication. So listening is very important, and it is just not listening. He should have analyzed the information, interpreted the information, and provided the response to the speaker. Had he, the assistant, did all that, like had he analyzed the information, what will the professor do of the dresses? How, what role does dresses have in the science lab? He would have sought for clarification. He should have uh, reconfirmed from the professor. So he was an inactive, bad listener, poor listener, right? So one should be a good active listener. If one is an active listener, and what more, an active listener will not only listen to verbal, an active listener will also listen to the non-verbal. And when the active listener listens to the verbal and non-verbal, all the conflicts can be mitigated. Next. ये सारे आप पढ़िए आप. Tips to be a good listener: do not jump to conclusion, avoid rehearsing, reply while listening, avoid getting distracted by external disturbances, respond through non-verbal gestures while listening. ये आप लोगों के लिए है, क्लास में जब बैठे तो सिर्फ देखिए मत, डोंट गेज एट द टीचर, गर्दन भी हिलाइए, और सिर्फ गर्दन ही नहीं हिलाइए, दिमाग में वो इंटरप्रेट और एनालाइज भी होना चाहिए. सही क्वेश्चन पूछिए अप्रोप्रिएट मोमेंट पे, राइट? एंड अवॉइड बीइंग बायस्ड. Keep your eyes and ears open by understanding through non-verbal gestures of the speaker and empathize with others. Now, students, this is all for today. We will talk about organizational. This is noise. This we have already discussed. Channel noise, semantic barriers. We did the sentences in the previous class and ways to resolve this. Now in the next class, we'll begin with organizational barriers. All right. So any doubt here, please ask. If not, then I would like to stop the class here.